Why do fractions need a common denominator? Imagine trying to add slices of different sized pizzas. If one pizza is cut into 4 pieces and another into 3, how can you tell how much pizza you have in total? That's where the idea of a common denominator comes in. Fractions show parts of a whole, with the denominator telling us into how many equal parts the whole is divided. The numerator shows how many of those parts we are talking about. When you want to add or subtract fractions, you need to compare parts that are the same size. If the denominators are different, the parts are not equal, and you can't add or subtract them directly. Think about it like this. If you have 3/8 of a cake and 1/8 of a cake, it's easy to add because both are divided into pieces. You just add the numerators, 3 plus 1, to get 4/8. That simplifies to 1/2 of the cake. But if you have 1/4 of a cake and 1/3 of a cake, you can't just add the numerators because the pieces are different sizes. You need to find a common denominator, which is a number that both 4 and 3 can divide into evenly. The smallest such number is called the least common denominator. In this case, it's 12. To make the fractions comparable, you convert each to an equivalent fraction with the denominator 12. 1/4 becomes 3/12, and 1/3 becomes 4/12. Now, you can add the numerators, 3 plus 4, to get 7/12. This process makes sure you are adding parts of the same size, which is essential for accurate calculations. Using a common denominator is not just about addition and subtraction. It's also important for comparing fractions and understanding how they relate to each other. For example, knowing that 3/8 is less than 1/2 is easier when both are expressed with the same denominator. It's like translating different languages into one common language so everyone understands the size of the parts. This idea applies in real life too. When cooking, if a recipe calls for 1/2 cup of sugar and another calls for 1/3 cup, you might want to combine them. To do that accurately, you convert both to 12ths of a cup. This way, you know exactly how much sugar you are adding. Or think about dividing resources fairly, like splitting a pizza or a cake into equal parts. Using a common denominator helps ensure everyone gets a fair share. In essence, fractions need a common denominator to make sure the parts they representing are the same size. This makes it possible to add, subtract, compare, and understand fractions correctly. It's a simple idea that keeps everything consistent and clear when working with parts of a whole.